Kitchen HQ for the next 2 hours here at HSN. I'm Tamara Hooks. I'm your host, and I love days like today because we've got our Today Special coming up. We're gonna be making and eating ice cream, and I'm so excited, and I'm so glad that you're here because you're gonna have a chance to do these exact same things, use these exact same easy-to-use tools in your own kitchen and cook for your own family and friends. So let me share with you a couple things that we've got, and one of those, it's coming up in just a little bit. But this is where, you know how you have to do all of the prep work? When you're making salads, when you're making soups, you have to do all the chopping. You have to chop the onions and the garlic and the carrots and the this and that. This just makes it so much easier because I put what I want chopped in here. I press this button and it chops it for me, and I get to do it twice. And what I love is there are lots of choppers on the market, and some are actually pretty large, and you have to make room to store those when you're not using them. These are about the size of a cup, you know? And so they're easy to use, easy to store. You're getting 2 of them in this amazing gift box for less than $26. So those are coming up and make that chopping easy. We also have for you an easy way to open jars. Now, I remember I was in college, I was trying to make some spaghetti sauce. I was trying to open a jar. I could not open it. I got so mad, I called the 800 number on the back and say, I can't open my jar. They sent me a coupon. But it didn't get the jar open, but this would have. This is the automatic jar opener. So all you do, and it doesn't matter what size jar, from the smaller ones to the larger ones, you put this on top, you press the button, and it opens the jar for you, which is fantastic. We're gonna give you all the details. So we've got it for you in red, black, gray, or teal, and you're gonna see these color combinations throughout these 2 hours, okay? Now, speaking of coupons, now we do have a very helpful coupon today, and it's today only, because we are kicking off our Customer Appreciation Month. This is our friends and family coupon. So you can give this one or you can use this one. You get 20% off of a single item that you purchase when you use the code 183899. Use that code when you check out. And you can use it with our Today Special. You can use it with anything that you want to use it with, but do it today because it's only good for today. And I'm going to remind you of that as we move on. So did I mention Today's Special? Did I mention ice cream? Did I mention an incredible value that you're going to get one time this year? It's from Kitchen HQ, and here it comes. You see those hands right there? Those belong to Chef Shahir Masood, who brings us the Kitchen HQ ice cream makers. And the best part is that you get 2 of them. So if you want ice cream, but your partner wants gelato or yogurt or sorbet or a different flavor, you guys can both make your own anytime you want it, and it's really easy. If you're saying, I don't know how to make ice cream, we're gonna show you with literally a couple of ingredients that you probably already have in your kitchen. All you have to do, because you're getting 2, is choose which colors. I'm gonna show you the most popular so far today with almost 7,400 of these ordered. This is the buttercream and ice cream cone print. I love this. Yellow's my favorite. A lot of you love it. It is getting very limited in quantity if you want this one. We also have it for you in white and pistachio, and you'll notice that they each come in their own beautiful color matched gift boxes. This is rose and strawberry. Already halfway through the entire quantity that we brought in the rose and strawberry. I'm gonna drop down to the teal and sprinkles. Do you see, or the aqua, excuse me, the aqua and sprinkles. Look at how pretty that is. We also have black and white if you wanna go really classic. We have up front, we've got the red and white here, and you're gonna see a lot of red kitchen appliances, so if you wanna match that, go with that. And then of course we have the lilac and sprinkles, and that's the one you see right here. What you're going to get, in addition to 2 of the ice cream makers, they each come with their 1 pint, or they each will have 1 pint ice cream containers. They have their power units because all you do is plug them in, put the ingredients in, and go. We're gonna show you how easy these are, but these are $34.95 today. But I'm gonna tell you something. If you use that 20% off coupon code, you can get these exact same Today's Special, which is an amazing value. You get it for even better. It would be $27.96 if you use that coupon code. We're gonna give you a look at that ice cream scoop coming up in just a little bit, but it's all brought to us by author, chef, television personality, Chef Shahir
Good to see you,
joining
Tamara.
us. Good
Always
to
fun
see you
hanging
as
out.
well.
We are going to have fun for 2 hours, and we're starting with the best vanilla ice cream you're ever going to taste. It is smooth, it is rich, it is 4 ingredients, and I'm going to teach you how easy it is to make ice cream, sorbet, gelato, frozen yogurt, and it's perfect. No preservatives, no, extra sugars or corn syrup. I mean, look at this, Tamara. Get in there. If you've never made ice cream before, or gelato, or sorbet, I'm gonna show you it's as easy as mixing milk, cream, sugar, vanilla. I know. I almost fell over. It's so good. It's so good because it tastes like rich, simple vanilla ice cream. Now follow me on this. Okay. For those of you who've never made ice cream before, cream, milk, sugar, vanilla, and yes, you get 15 recipes included so that you know right out of the box how to make ice cream. And if you can mix 4 ingredients together, cream, milk, sugar, and vanilla, then you can make homemade ice cream. But here's the thing. Let's say you want to cut back on your fat. Less cream, more milk. That's a gelato. Let's say you want to use a lactose-free milk. You can do that. Let's say you want to add a different flavor. Let's say you want to add Greek yogurt. You've now got a frozen yogurt. Simple as that. With those basic recipes, you can make anything. Now, turn on the machine. Pour in those 4 ingredients. That is that. In real time, over the next 20 minutes, this will churn and make that luscious, smooth, incredible vanilla ice cream. That's it. That's it. Simple as that. And now from that base, Tamara, you're 1 ingredient away from strawberry ice cream or chocolate ice cream or a pistachio gelato or frozen yogurt or sorbet. It is so easy. It's that simple. I'll tell you, you're getting 15 recipes included. We've never done that. You're getting that today. You're getting 2 of these. You're getting these for the first time as a Today's Special, for the only time this year as a Today's Special. You are getting these amazing color combinations that we've never had before. Look at this. Look at the consistency. So this is a cherry ice cream. You know what I did? All I did was take my favorite cherry jam that has big chunks of cherries, you can see, and add it to that vanilla base. And now I've got a stunning cherry ice cream. So put in your favorite jam, you got a new flavor. Put in your favorite candy, cereal, nut. Now you've got a new flavor. You're in control of the sugar, the fat, the lactose, and the flavor experience. Tamara, if you're into cherry, try that. Now, I was tasked with coming up with recipes, and while I was doing it, I came up with the idea, wait a second, I'm making all this ice cream, where am I gonna store it? So this was actually my idea. This is the benefit of being our in-house brand. I said, we need pint containers, and this is super cool because you can now label your pint containers. Make up your own flavor, label it with your own fun name, and then put a date. And instead of buying store-bought ice cream, you can make your own flavor, store it, and have your own inventory of ice cream. It's so fun. Now check this out. We also came up with a cool idea because as your ice cream solidifies in the freezer, it can be hard to get out with an ice cream scoop. So we invented a heated ice cream scoop. USB charge, and now I press the button, hold down, and as it preheats, it's gonna warm up the head, and then I can scoop out my ice cream. It's so easy. This is the coolest thing. You just hold down the button, and once that light goes from red to blue, it's heated, and I'm gonna scoop you out some ice cream. Okay, let me share with you, because I know a lot of you are shopping with us, right? Remember, use that coupon code. It's already a Today's Special. You're already getting 2. You're already getting the easiest, best ice cream that you're ever gonna have. You're getting the 15 recipes. Just go ahead and pick this up while you're watching because we've got a lot to share with you, but I know you had your favorite flavors already in mind. So check this out. You can use those spouts to pour in your sorbet base, your ice cream base, your gelato, your frozen yogurt. You can also use that spout to put in some sauces or candies or sprinkles, etc. Here I've got a raspberry gelato. So remember, gelato means more milk, less cream, less fat. You could use lactose-free milk. By the way, you can control the sweetness too, Tamara. Let's say you want to use a sweetener or natural sweetener like honey or maple instead of white sugar. You can do that. You're in control of the fat, the lactose, the sugar, and the flavors and the experience. And look, could I use like oat milk or almond milk or those kinds? I don't need to use like cow's milk at all. Not at all. If you want to go lactose-free, you can totally do that. Look at the swirls now of that raspberry sauce and those chunks of raspberry. It is so good. You also control, I know, you want a little taste. I know, I'm sorry, I'm getting ready. You get in there. You control the consistency. The longer you churn it, the firmer it gets. Isn't that good?
Oh, that's so good. It just melts in your mouth. And it's not like that hard, over-iced ice cream that you get in the grocery stores.
Yep.
And I'm telling you this, you go to the grocery stores, and the ice cream, it's all the same flavors, but if you've ever said, I wish they had this kind, I wish it incorporated my favorite candy or my favorite cookie or whatever flavors you like, now you can make them. And because you're getting two, it makes it really easy for you and everybody in the family to have your own flavor. So while you're listening and you're saying, ooh, that raspberry sounded good. It does. Go ahead and make your own.
You can make raspberry white chocolate. You can make raspberry macadamia nut. You can go nuts. And imagine your kids, your grandkids. I have a 4-year-old and an 8-year-old. They love coming up with their own flavors. And now that you get the pint containers where you can label it, I will put Catherine's raspberry jam. You know, they love it. It's about not just the ice cream, the experience together of making it, dreaming up the different flavors. And Tamara, when my son turned 5, we actually lined up 4 of these.
I love that.
And that was the birthday party. Kids made their own flavors and had a blast.
You know what? That's a great idea.
It's a cheaper birthday party, too.
Yes, it is.
Now, check out this warmed scoop. My scoop has heated up now, and look, without any effort, this maple crunch ice cream that I made. Look at the perfect little orbs of ice cream. So you're not wrestling with your firmed up ice cream out of the freezer. Pick up that scoop because it's really cool. But now I want to show you a different recipe. We've done ice cream, we've done gelato. Remember, gelato, more milk than cream, and you get all the recipes, 15 recipes that I designed to go in that 1 pint size. Here's another little trick. I made a frozen yogurt here. And the frozen yogurt, I put a little coffee in it. So some coffee frozen yogurt, Greek yogurt, you got the recipe. And instead of sugar, I use a monk fruit sweetener. So if you're cutting back on your sugar, you can do that. You're in control of sugar, lactose, fat, flavors. And I want you to taste this because look at the consistency. It's like a rich ice cream, but it's a frozen yogurt. And you're not gonna miss the sugar because you can use a little sweetener and taste this. So you are in control. If you're watching your sugar, this is for you. Isn't that good? You don't miss the sugar, Tamara, I'm telling you.
I would never know there was no actual, just regular white cane sugar in here.
I like the little coffee flavor. Super good.
And you know what? Where on earth would you go to find a recipe like this, an ice cream like this, that speaks to your needs? That I don't want certain sweeteners, I don't want artificial sweeteners, I only want this kind of milk. All of those things, you can make it on your own in 20 minutes, no less.
20 minutes. We're making that vanilla ice cream on machine 1 in real time. And just look at the consistency. Whether it's a frozen yogurt, an ice cream, even a sorbet, it is smooth, it is perfect, and it's not crystally. It's not crystallized and hard. Sometimes you'll see an ice cream that's really gets crystallized after time.
Yes, it's almost like it was frozen and refrozen over and over. You don't have that issue. And I know a lot of you are shopping for these. It is April 1st. Spring is here. It really is. And so this is how we wanted to launch Customer Appreciation Month.
There they go. The crew loves me today, Tamara.
We've got an ice cream bar over there today. So everybody is invited to come and make your own. And you know what? You're always in a good mood when you're making and eating ice cream.
Of course.
I've never seen anybody not in a good mood when they're doing this. So this is the time to go ahead and get yours. Shop on hsn.com, use the app, use the QR code when you see it. Make your own flavor.
Make your own flavor, make your own memories and experience. Your kids, your grandkids will love this. And imagine how much fun they'll have making their own combinations, naming their own ice cream, labeling their own pint container. I mean, look at that. That is the perfect ice cream, the perfect experience, and not just ice cream. It's your gelato, it's your frozen yogurt, it's your sorbet. I came up with a bunch of different sorbet recipes where you just puree up your favorite frozen fruit, mango, raspberry, blueberry. You don't even need extra sugar. The natural sweetness of the fruit is so good. You could use lime zest and lime juice, and it churns into the most amazing sorbet, or frozen yogurt, or ice cream, or gelato. And again, if you can mix milk, cream, vanilla, and sugar together, you probably already have them, you can make ice cream.
Okay, I know a lot of you are looking at these, and you're seeing all of the different flavors. You're getting a 2-pack. These make a pint of ice cream. And if you're saying, you know how like on Sundays, some of us meal prep for the whole week? How would you like to dessert prep? How would you like to ice cream prep? Because you're getting 2 of them, you can make a different flavor. Because you're getting 2 of these, you can make a different flavor for every day of the week if you want to. And because you're gonna need extra pints if you do that, we do have a 4-pack of extra pint containers. So it just makes it easy for you to have what you want at the ready. I love that so many of you are diving into these. That butter, the top left, top right, let me show you real quick. The buttercream and ice cream cone option, most popular, very limited now at this point. We also have the pistachio and white color. We have the rose and strawberry print. We have the aqua and sprinkle print. We also have the black and white. We've got the red and white. And we have the lilac and those sprinkles as well. Those are your options. Each today's special is going to come with its 2 of the ice cream makers, and each of those will have their own pints and color match that come along with. If you need more pints, and let me tell you, you will need more pints, we do offer a 4-pack of just the pint containers so that you can make your own flavors, pop them in the freezer, and they're ready on that Wednesday night when you're binge watching your favorite show. Yeah. And you just want a little something sweet because we all have those cravings. Go ahead and shop for yours.
So remember, we made ice cream right off the top. Milk, cream, vanilla, sugar. Now gelato, less fat. More milk than cream. You're in control. You can even make an ice cream or gelato with only milk if you want way less fat, or lactose-free milk. But again, here's how it works. I'm gonna put a little milk, a little cream, and you get all the recipes so you know exactly the ratios. A little bit of sugar. You could use sweetener, you could use honey, you could use maple, up to you. Now, one ingredient away from a different flavor, cocoa powder. And guess what? Chocolate ice cream, or chocolate gelato, or chocolate frozen yogurt. Now I'm gonna use my push whisk from KitchenHQ. Look how easy this is. We're gonna see this throughout the next 2 hours as well. And I'm just gonna incorporate 4 ingredients. It's that simple. If you can mix 4 ingredients together, you can make ice cream, gelato, sorbet, and frozen yogurt. Turn on your machine and churn it. That's It's easy. You're 20 minutes away from homemade ice cream without the preservatives, with 4 ingredients. And look, behind the scenes, you guys can't see the crew eating all this ice cream, having fun, having a laugh. And there's a sense of pride when you say to your friends, your family, your guests, your kids and grandkids, I made this for you, or we made this together. It's way more memorable than buying a tub of ice cream and eating it.
It really is.
There's smiles all over the studio. It's so endearing.
I'm gonna tell you, if you've never had homemade ice cream, you owe it to yourself. Yeah. It's one of those simple treats in life. It doesn't take a lot, it's not expensive, it's easy to do now. Yep. Because it used to be, Chef, when we made ice cream, we needed ice, we needed rock salt, we needed a lot,
It was a chore
It was a chore. That's why we didn't have it very often.
And now it's only the fun part. So Tamara, when you think about it, your kids are pressing a button and then just having fun in terms of what flavors to incorporate. Let their imaginations run wild. You're seeing there a couple sorbets, the chocolate ice cream that I just made, I'm about to show you, the spouts where you could put in your candies, your favorite cereal, nuts, whatever, marshmallows, whatever flavor combination you come up with. And then the tubs that you can label with the flavors, you can date so you know when you made it. Yes. And imagine naming a flavor after your kids, or they come up with a name, a funny name for, you know, raspberry mousse crunch or whatever they come up with. Right. That's half the fun. That's the experience. That's what they're gonna remember. Yes. So think of it in terms of, you know, your everyday, but also your birthday parties, your occasions, all that stuff. And I love to show this off. Okay. Whether you're making an ice cream, a gelato, a frozen yogurt without any sugar, the results are the same. Look at the consistency. Now this is what that chocolate ice cream looks like after it churns for about 20 minutes. Just look. How creamy. It is stunning. And this is where you can really now take a blank canvas and go nuts. You can keep churning this stunning chocolate ice cream. And now, using that spout, you can add chocolate sauce or candies or nuts or cookies or whatever you want to do. Look at the swirl now of chocolate incorporating into your own homemade ice cream. Come up with a fun name. Oh my gosh. Right? So here's chocolate swirl, whatever. It's so fun. That's it. And then tomorrow you can do a different one. And the next day you can do a different one. You don't have to just be relegated to whatever's on the shelf that day when you go to the grocery store. And then you put them into your tubs, you label them, you date them. And I think that's why a lot of people are picking up the 4-pack of those tubs, because you can have your own inventory of different flavors. Look at now the swirl of chocolate. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh, we have to add a little caramel in there, a little salt. Sure. Oh my God. Hold on. Hold on. now it's a Tamara ice cream.
Yeah, you're
It went from a Shahir flavor to your, and I love that. No, it's good. Hijack the flavor. Now I can go caramel, chocolate sea salt. I love that.
Oh, yes.
This is what I'm talking about.
You make a turtle ice cream. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is what's gonna happen when you get this home. You're gonna say, oh, I'm just gonna start with vanilla. And then the kids are gonna come in and throw something in. And then the grandkids are gonna come in and throw something in. And you're just gonna be experimenting. This is fun in the kitchen.
What just happened now, Tamara, is exactly what I want you to experience at home with your family or kids or grandkids. I started one way, and then you came up with an idea. I said, ooh, and then we did that, and then we came up with a name. This is the fun I'm talking about. And all the while, we are in control of the sugar, the fat, the lactose, the flavors, no preservatives. It is fun, it is an experience, and you're in control. Make sorbet, gelato, ice cream, and frozen yogurt. And again, you could use a sweetener, you could use more milk, you could use lactose-free milk, you could use an oat milk, a nut milk. It's up to you, and with those ratios, with the recipes I give you, you're gonna get those smooth results every time.
Every time. So here's the deal. I know a lot of you are shopping. You can see over 7,600 of these have been ordered. It's our today's special. We've got a great price. And it's not for just one, you're getting 2 of them. And if you're saying, well, I don't know if I need 2, okay, gift one. Because somebody's gonna come over, you're gonna make them ice cream, they're gonna rave about it, and you can say, oh, I've got one for you. Or you really will use a couple of these, okay? So you're going to get them, they make a pint each. I love that size because for me, if I buy a gallon of ice cream, I'm gonna eat a gallon of ice cream. But if I have a pint, I'm only gonna eat a pint. So it's like portion control.
It's built-in portion control, but here's another thing. An ice cream base has to live in your freezer for a day to get rock hard and frozen cold. Every ice cream maker is the same. For me, 1 pint is the right size because it's not taking up too much space in your freezer either. So it's portion control, it's the right size, and it's not enormous. So this is a great way to make those different flavors and get that 4-pack of tubs because you're gonna try different combinations and have an inventory of ice cream and gelato and sorbet and frozen yogurt, especially as we head into the summer. Now look at this. Even take your favorite fruit like a mango and put it into that ice cream or sorbet. Look at this. This is that vanilla base with just a little bit of mango in there. One more ingredient away from something brand new. And just like we did earlier, Tamara and I can now have fun and decide, do I put lime zest in my mango? Do I put some walnuts? Do I make a new flavor? It's so good. It just tastes like mango.
Every one I eat, I think is the best of all of them. I'm telling you, that's the best.
Well, I'm a mango freak, so I actually gave you a recipe for mango sorbet. Take frozen mango, puree it up, little lime zest, which is really nice, and churn it. And you'll get a smooth, delicious, low-sugar sorbet that's not crystallized. It's really good. So it's all about sorbet, gelato, frozen yogurt, ice cream. And remember, once you get those tubs, you store your inventory, you label it, you come up with a fun name. You can use a dry erase marker to label it and make your name, and then get that special ice cream scoop that heats up so that you don't wrestle. Look, it's like a knife through hot butter. The perfect orb of ice cream. This is a little rocky road. You can see chunks of marshmallow and walnut and chocolate chunks. How fun is this?
How fun is
this? This is the ultimate. And once you make your own, Tamara, you never go back.
That's it. And you know, listen, when it's this fast, it's easy. If you missed it, remember, keep the bowl in the freezer. And because it's a little bit smaller, it doesn't take up a lot of space, which is great.
It's perfect.
When it's time for you to make your ice cream, you need upwards of about 4 ingredients and 20 minutes. And
20 minutes.
That's it.
That's it.
And that's all it takes. This is not a whole day undertaking. You can decide while you're cooking dinner, you know what, I think I'm gonna want some ice cream after dinner. Pop it, start making it, eat your dinner, your ice cream will be done. I mean, it's that quick.
You know, I let mine live in my freezer. I'll actually put my bag of frozen peas in there so that I'm making the most of my real estate. And you're totally right. On any given day, you're sitting around after dinner with your kids, with your grandkids saying, you know what? I got milk, I got cream, I got sugar. Let's make ice cream. And you're 20 minutes away. Or let's make a sorbet, or let's make a lower fat gelato, or let's make a no sugar frozen yogurt and use a sweetener. It's totally up to you, and have fun with it. With that base of milk, cream, vanilla, sugar, you're 1 ingredient away, your favorite jam, or cereal, or nut, or candy, from a totally different flavor. Now here, I went back to frozen yogurt, so I have a little Greek yogurt in here, and I added some peach preserves. So now I've got a peach frozen yogurt, and you saw in that side spout, I have a little raspberry raspberry drizzle.
Oh, wow.
So now I can get that little raspberry swirl going on with the peach. Have fun with it.
Ooh.
Take a look at what you got kicking around.
Right.
Make a new flavor combination. Have that experience. Look at the swirl of raspberry.
Oh my gosh.
Into that peach frozen yogurt. It is so delicious. Tamara,
I'm going for it.
you gotta try it.
I cannot wait.
It's just so fun to have that experience. It can't be your new favorite.
You can't go wrong. I'm telling you, I think the mango is still my favorite.
The mango is awesome.
But that was good. That was good. I'm gonna tell you, let me show you the colors too. Because remember, you're getting 2 of them. And they each come individually boxed. They each come with their own color-matched pint container. And let me show you all the colors because they are, everybody wants ice cream, right? This is the buttercream and the ice cream cone print. Most popular, most limited will be gone, all right? And they each are gonna come with their own color-matched pint. If you need more pints, and I'm telling you, you do, we do offer a 4-pack of pints, and we'll show you that in just a moment. Here, let me just drop down since I'm here. This is the lilac and confetti, or lilac and sprinkle. Here's the red and white. We're gonna move on over to the pistachio and white. We've got the rose and strawberry print. This is a lot of fun. We're gonna do the aqua and sprinkle. And then lastly, we've got the black and white. And these are available as are today's special for the only time, first time and only time this year for less than $35. Now, if you use that coupon code where when you check out, you get 20% off of a single item that you purchase, it would make your today's special now $27.96. And that code is 183899. You can only use it one time today, and this would be a really good time to use it, all right? I'm so glad that so many of you are shopping. 892-530 is the item number for this today's special. We're gonna take a quick break and give all of you a chance to go ahead and get your ice cream today specials, and we've got more of KitchenHQ coming.
Concierge Collection will help transform your bedroom into a relaxing retreat you love. Indulge in ultimate softness and comfort for that perfect night's sleep. And pamper yourself with bath sets that allow you to enjoy a spa-like experience. All designed with beautiful colors and texture. Well-crafted and always in style. Concierge Collection, only on HSN.
This Customer Appreciation Month, we are throwing a special weekend-long party just for you.
The gang's all here, and we're bringing our best brands,
appreciation price deals,
gratitude-filled savings,
and super special surprises. Join us for Appreciation Celebration Weekend starting this Friday at midnight.
get deals on tap with the HSN app. Opt into push notifications to get shipping updates, app-only deals, and special offers sent straight to your phone. Get alerts when your favorite items have dropped in price or come back in stock. Take your shows on the go. Stream HSN wherever you are, 24 hours a day. Download now and take $10 off your first app purchase. Happy shopping.
Hey, it's Rebecca Vargas, your beauty bestie. I'm here to spill the tea on buzzworthy beauty must-haves. Don't miss Pretty Amazing Beauty Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern on HSN. I personally want to thank you at home for inviting us each and every day into your home. Our hope is just to add value to your life and bring you solutions to your everyday problems.
Appreciation Month, so of course, this month of all months, we have to bring you the best of the best, and we're doing that 2 hours at KitchenHQ this morning. Chef Shahir Massoud is joining you, and you know what he's doing? He's prepping.
Yeah.
He's prepping for lunch.
One-handed.
With one hand, with one button, with the choppers. These are always very popular. The thing is you're getting 2 of them. They are that perfect size, so they don't take up a whole lot of space when you're not using them, but when you are, this is what you can do.
Can you mince that much garlic in 5 seconds?
No, no.
And look at how even and consistent. These are the 2-pack mini choppers from KitchenHQ. 3 stainless steel blades to make your prep easy, whether it's garlic, onions, herbs, chopping walnuts for your ice cream. All of it I'm gonna show you. Look, onions, seconds. It's a food processor in your hand, light enough to hold with one hand. Press the top button, and I'm gonna prep my onions, garlic, carrots, parsley, herbs, nuts, breadcrumbs. I diced an onion in 5 seconds. No knife, no cutting board, 3 stainless steel blades doing the work, so I can just put this in my dishwasher when I'm done. And Tamara, I don't have to stop halfway and scrape down the sides and blah, blah, blah. No, it just does it. And look, it does it totally evenly.
Perfect.
It's perfectly done. I mean, you couldn't do that with a knife. No. It would take you forever. And the amount of prep that I'm gonna do in real time, whether it's the carrots, the celery, the onions, the herbs, you know, maybe you would dice 1 onion in this amount of time. I'm taking the dread out of the prep. Even a hard carrot, I just push the button, light enough to hold in a single hand, and now I've got a fine dice of carrot to go with my onion and garlic like that. Look.
Look at that.
I mean, it's awesome.
It was that fast. I'll tell you, you're getting 2 of them. They do come in a 2-pack, and you're gonna see a lot of chopping and dicing today.
Yeah.
You just decide which 2-pack you want. Do you want the teal and white? Do you want the Merlot and rose? We've got red and black, and we also have blue and gray. Those are your options. Blue and gray, limited now at this point, because this, Chef, is like, you're only using 1 hand, but it's like having a helper in the kitchen.
It's literally like holding a food processor in the palm of your hand, because that's what it is. You got those 3 stainless steel blades. If you've got dexterity issues, this is for you. It's so light, you can literally just hold it, and you could do 2 at a time.
Right.
And you know, this is how you could prep, right? You're taking the time and the dread out of the prep. Let's talk about herbs real quick. Okay. When you get your parsley, your dill, your cilantro home, your mint, what do? You chop it on your cutting board, it bruises, half of your cutting board goes green. Here, you're just chopping, letting those 3 stainless steel blades do the work. It's a USB charge, you don't worry about batteries, and when you're done, those 3 blades go in the dishwasher, your herbs are chopped. Oh, you can smell it too.
Perfect.
And it's perfect.
And you wouldn't buy, if you bought pre-chopped herbs, they don't give you the richness of flavor. If you buy pre-chopped carrots or onions, A, you're paying more to have somebody else chop them for you, and then you're losing out on the quality of the flavor. With this, you do it at home when you need it, and it's as simple as that. You're getting 2 of them for less than $26. If you use that coupon code where you save 20% off, then these are gonna be $20.76 for 2.
And just look at the results. Now, this is something I just love to show off. Look at the pile of celery, carrot, onion, garlic. Here's the thing, it's not just fast. There's no big and small chunks, they're all even. So when you go to saute, when you go to start that soup or stir fry, everything cooks evenly at the same time. The results are impeccable and they're even. This is why I love it. You've got those 3 stainless steel blades in the palm of your hand, and you're gonna use it for prep, you're gonna use it for dips, you're gonna use it for a quick vinaigrette. It's everything that your big, heavy food processor is, except it's not big and heavy. And you're gonna end up reaching for it and using it day after day, and you get 2.
Yes.
So when you use 1 and pop it in the dishwasher, you got another one to do the, you know, the other task. There's Oreo cookies and walnuts and toppings. Here's now a salsa. So I've got a couple cherry tomatoes, some jalapenos, an onion, splash of olive oil. Look at this. I can now do a quick salsa in seconds. I don't have to buy it store-bought. So use it for your dips, use it for your condiments, use it for an egg salad, which I'm about to show you. Do your garlic, your onions, your herbs, all those little prep jobs. And Tamara, I'm a family of 4. I'm a professional chef. I have a big, expensive food processor. I use this more often because I mean, I'm not catering.
Yeah.
I've got 4 people in my house. Yeah. I just need some onions, garlic, celery to start a little recipe.
Yeah.
This is the way to do it because it's light, easy to clean, no knife, no cutting board.
Yeah. It's a good
every day.
Because a lot of times when we're cooking, when we're prepping, we really, if you're like me, by the time I start cooking, dinner should have been on the table.
Totally.
I'm a little bit late to the game a lot of times, and maybe you are as well. So if I can do something as easy as this, I'm more likely to do it. I'm more likely to actually cook and not revert to something that I just pop in the microwave. And so it just makes it easy. If you're prepping anything, you do have to do the chopping, so I love that this does it for you, and you're getting 2. Remember, we've got the blue and gray, we have black and red, we have teal and white, and we have rose and merlot. And really just the question is, which colors do you want? FlexPay is under $9, so go for it. Oh, wait, and no batteries, like you said.
No batteries, USB charge, so it's not like you're gonna reach for it and run out of batteries and say, oh. Yeah. The USB charge lasts a long time too, so don't worry about that either, but it's a simple charge, and again, you're gonna use it when you go to prep that weeknight dinner. You're gonna throw your onions or garlic. Sometimes I'll throw my celery and carrot in the same little mini chopper, and my prep is done. And here's the thing about prep. We don't dread the cooking. We dread the prep. And when you know that the recipe, get in there. Yeah, try this salsa. There's a little bit of kick in there.
Fresh salsa just makes you happy.
And it's way better. Why are you buying it store-bought? Because it's convenient. I mean, that is fresh and simple, whether it's your ginger, your garlic, your herbs, your celery, your shallots. You're taking the headache out of the prep. How many times have you gone to start a meal, like you said, and you go, oh, I've got to dice a whole onion and it's going to take forever and I'm going to cry. Take the prep out of the equation. Do the ginger, do the garlic, do the herbs, and look at the results. Perfect. They're all perfectly done. It's having a food processor in the palm of your hands. Those 3 stainless steel blades, whoop, in the dishwasher, you're done.
Look at that.
And it's even, which I love.
Even, it's all the things that we're prepping every day anyway. As you're looking at this, I know a lot of you are still shopping for today's special, which is fantastic. But if you're looking at this and saying, maybe you do also have a big food processor, but it's under the cabinet. You don't know where all the blades are. You kind of forgot how to use it, or it's just kind of a pain to use and to clean. You see the ease of this. That's what KitchenHQ is all about.
That's what we're all about.
Making cooking in the kitchen easier, faster, less of a hassle.
You know, we really pride ourselves on coming up with solutions to everyday problems in the kitchen, and we're gonna see it all hour long, whether it's the can openers, the jar openers, and now the mini choppers. We want life in the kitchen to be fun, easy, and you don't want to dread going into the kitchen. You don't want to dread the cleanup, and you don't want to dread the prep. Whether you're making a tapenade or a salsa or prepping your veg for a dish or your herbs, I don't want you to go into your kitchen saying, ugh, I've got to prep for half an hour. What if I said to you, you can prep in 5 seconds? And look at everything I've done. This is why I love showing off the mini chopper Tamara in real time. Look at everything I've done in real time. This has been about, I don't know, 8 minutes.
Right.
And think about your own knife skills and your own prep. In 8 minutes, maybe you would dice an onion just like I did, and it wouldn't be that perfect. And instead, I've made a tapenade, a salsa, I've done garlic, I've done onions, carrots, parsley, celery, ginger, shallots, and it's all even and perfectly done.
Yes, I think about, you know, not only for everyday weeknight cooking, but I also think about for special occasion cooking, and which we do have coming up, all of our spring holidays and Easter and Mother's Day and get-togethers and wedding showers and all of that, and people are coming over, and you're gonna be doing a lot more prep than you do on even a typical day. Why not pull these out and use them? And look at you were doing both at the same time. They're not heavy.
They're not heavy. Believe me, I'm not exceptionally strong. I promise you. And look, they're light enough that you can hold 2 at the same time. There's my chopped walnuts, or you could do cookies, or your favorite candies for your now homemade ice cream. Right? It's that easy. The garlic, the onions, the herbs. It's simple. Press the button, USB charged, and the results speak for themselves. Look at the amount of prep that I have done in minutes. It's just unbelievable. And those 3 blades are doing the work. I'm not stopping to scoop down the side. It just takes care of it for you.
This is so good. Let me show you, because you mentioned like chopping up cookies and nuts to go with your ice cream. Let me show you the colors again, because some of these colors would really match really well with your today's special. This is the blue and gray, which is everybody's loving. This is the red and black, and we do have a red, you know, ice cream maker today's special, so that would go great. We've got the Merlot and Rose. That would go great with that rose and strawberry option if you want to do that. And then we also have the white and teal, and that would go great with any of the white today's special ice cream makers that we have. So either way you do it, you're getting 2, less than $26, extra help in the kitchen. Never buy batteries, because these are rechargeable, all right? Now, I do want to mention our weekly deal drop, and this is it, and I think it's the coolest thing. Now, Chef, I've never had a chance to present this. I'm a little bit jealous.
We launched it last night. It's awesome.
Oh, this is so it is brand new.
This is brand new.
Okay, so what you're seeing right here, talk me through it really quickly.
So
this
check
is
it out.
all non-stick cast iron.
Non-stick cast iron. This is real ceramic non-stick cast iron, and it's stackable. So you get a grill pan, a saute pan, and a brazier with a universal lid that will fit all of them. They're all 10 inches. The brazier is 3 quarts. This is everything you need. A brazier, casserole dish, the grill pan, and the saute pan, and it's all real ceramic non-stick cast iron, meaning you get the even heat of cast iron, but the convenience of ceramic non-stick cookware. It feels like heirloom quality. And here's the best part, Tamara. They nest so that as you stack them, you leave them on your stovetop. The whole system is only 13 inches tall. Isn't it great?
It's everything. I'm telling you, if you like that feel of cast iron, because cast iron has a weight that, quite frankly, nothing else has. If you like that, this is how they nestle when you're not using them. This is how you are gonna kind of break them apart. That lid goes on each one of the bodies. Typically, you'd be paying $100 and almost $30 for these here at HSN. We took almost about $30 off of that price as our weekly deal drop. But today, if you use that coupon code 183899, you can get that set.
They're great.
For $79.96. But tomorrow, that won't be the case. Even though it'll still be a weekly deal drop, it won't be that extra 20% off. So I invite you to pick that up.
And
now,
people, Tamara, with our cast iron ceramic non-stick, the word love keeps coming up in the reviews.
Yes.
People love it, myself included. It's great.
we will have a presentation next hour of that same material on a skillet. So keep that in mind. Go ahead and put in your shopping cart, all right? You've been using this whisk throughout the show. I've never seen a whisk like this.
So check it out. This is a normal whisk. This is what's probably in your kitchen right now. There you go. This is the KitchenHQ whisk. Do you see what I'm doing here? We took the idea of a whisk and made it better. Just by pressing up and down, you're incorporating air, you're emulsifying a vinaigrette, you're mixing, you're making an omelet. You're just taking the idea of whisking and making it better. That's what we do at KitchenHQ, whether it's a whisk, a can opener, a jar opener, etc. We take everyday ideas in the kitchen and make them better. So for example, why are my omelets so light and fluffy? Because I'm incorporating air. Why do I whip cream super fast? Because I'm incorporating air. How can I emulsify vinaigrette without a food processor? I'm getting that air from my whisk. It's as simple as that, and you're right, Tamara. That's it. You just press it up and down.
This is fun, actually.
It's fun.
This is easy. There's no, I mean, literally the learning curve is up and down.
Yeah.
Look, up and down. Do you see what it's doing? Do you see that? And you're right, now I'm not having to do this motion.
Totally.
I can just press up and down. You're getting two of them, either black or teal. You can see we have fewer than 510 of them left, and this would be your time to go ahead.
And you know what? Again, it's not just mixing. Think about emulsifying. Here I've got oil, vinegar, a little mustard. Quickly, I've emulsified a homemade vinaigrette. I can make a salad dressing. I don't have to whisk it by hand. I can make a hollandaise sauce. I can make my omelet. I could whip cream. It's literally taking the idea of whisking and making it faster, more efficient, and getting more air. By emulsifying, I'm combining two things that don't like each other, oil and vinegar.
Okay.
And it's done in seconds. Look at this beautiful salad dressing.
Oh, wow.
So it's literally just taking the idea of whisking and making it more efficient, making the job faster, and getting a little air in there.
That's good. Can I use this to make my protein shakes?
Totally.
Like protein powder and milk,
Great
and then
idea.
I just whisk and...
Great idea.
So good.
Yep.
So good.
If you want a protein shake, absolutely. If you want to make your ice cream base like I did earlier, mix it up. If you want to whip up some milk for a coffee, you can do that. Look at the air I'm getting into my milk. It's just that simple. You know, if you want to whip your egg whites for an egg white omelet or you know, a dessert, you can do that. It's about getting air. Now look, this is simple milk, and just by pressing up and down, I've got enough frothy bubbles here. I don't need an expensive coffee maker. Now I can garnish that coffee with that frothy milk.
Ooh, look at that.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
This is how fast and easy you can be whisking in your kitchen. So I love to show this demo beside a standard whisk because that's what we all have at home. And at KitchenHQ, we said, how can we make this better? Simple. By pressing up and down and creating this cool design, we're getting air into your milk, your cream, your eggs, emulsifying a vinaigrette, mixing a pancake batter.
Mixing a pancake
cake batter.
Because think about it, when you use a regular whisk, you have to, I tilt, you have to tilt, you have to be at a certain angle, you spill, it's difficult. Sometimes the whisk doesn't really fit into the container. This is simple, up and down.
Up and down.
Remember, you're getting two of them, and either two black or two teal, less than $20. You know, we've upgraded literally everything else in our lives, in our kitchen, and what we use on a daily basis, but we're still using the same old whisk.
And again, if this is how you're whisking, you could be whisking like this. Look at the difference. We're getting way more air. Look at this. This is your standard whisk, and this is the KitchenHQ whisk. It's that simple. So think about your pancake batters, your cake batters, whipping egg whites, whipping cream, making a vinaigrette. Anytime you have to whisk something, you could be doing it faster, better, and with more air and efficiency. It's that simple.
This is great. This is great. And you know, the funny thing is most of us don't think twice about our whisk because it's the same whisk that we've ever seen for the last I don't know, 100 years?
Yep.
I don't know how often whisks change, but when you see that this one is doing the job, not only in a more comfortable way to do it, but faster and better, why would we not upgrade?
Look at the air in my eggs. They're literally rising up. So think about what makes my scrambled eggs so light and fluffy, or my omelet. It's the air. So I can whip up my eggs in seconds just by pressing down on that whisk. Now you're gonna have a lighter, fluffier scrambled egg or omelet, or you're gonna whip your egg whites, or you're gonna whip your cream, or you're gonna whip your milk like I did for my coffee.
Yeah.
And it's simple. By the way, an old school whisk, you're doing the work.
Yeah.
Here, you're just pressing up and down. And the whisk is doing the work. This is what it's all about.
If I can make my eggs fluffier, then now when I
Yeah.
make my omelet, maybe I don't need to use 2 eggs. Maybe I can just use 1.
Totally.
I can just whip it up a little bit.
Totally.
And you can make it fluffy.
Add a little milk to it,
Add
and
a
it'll
little, stretch it out a little bit. Oh, I love it. I love this. I know a lot of you are shopping. I know you did not wake up this morning and say, you know what, I need a new whisk.
Sure.
Nobody said that. Nobody did. But now that you see this, and you see how easy it is,
And you see how easy it
and
is?
it's so much better, why not get not 1, but you're actually getting 2 of them. And you're seeing them right here. I even like the length of them. They're not too wide, and they're also not too short, so they can fit into even larger bowls and things of that nature.
And again, quality. I mean, steel base with that lovely handle, so they're built to last. This will be the last whisk you ever buy, and it will be better, as opposed to whisking like this, where you're getting your elbow grease in there. You're just pressing up and down, letting the whisk do the work, getting air into your eggs, your egg whites, your pancake batters, your cake batters, your muffins, so you don't have to do the elbow grease. The whisk going up and down is doing the work for you, and that's why I love to just show the side by side, because we're all whisking like this. You could be whisking like that.
Yes. You know, I've always said that cooking is a very physical activity.
It is.
Because you're lifting, you're using your entire body when you're cooking, but if I can take just a little bit of that extra energy and make it less, but better and faster and more effective, again, this is what we're looking for. These are simple solutions.
Simple solutions, and we always talk about it with KitchenHQ. We've made the whisk better. We've made the can opener better, which you're gonna see. We've made a jar opener better. So it's just about finding everyday solutions in the kitchen, so you don't dread making a vinaigrette, or you don't dread making eggs or pancake batter or whipping milk for your coffee. It's just easier. Look at the action, getting air and emulsifying the vinaigrette. You know, a vinaigrette is vinegar and oil together, and they don't go. You've really got to get action so that they emulsify. Here, I emulsified my vinaigrette with no food processor in real time.
Right.
In seconds.
In seconds.
It's
Look
that
at
good. It's that good.
Okay, you can see we've got 261 of these remaining. I know fewer of black, right? Fewer of black than we do of the teal. Okay, we got 70 left in black. The rest in teal. If you want black and it's in your shopping cart, please go ahead and check out just to make sure that you get it. And then the rest will be in this beautiful teal. Either way you go, it's just a great option. It just makes every time you pull out the whisk, it's gonna be even easier. And to your point on the milk, we will go to those coffee shops just because they make coffee with that whipped, frothy milk.
That frothy, beautiful milk.
Do it at home.
You could do it at home, and I'm not sweating.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not sweating, Tamara.
Yes.
An old school whisk, you're doing the work.
Right.
Here, it's going up and down. It's doing it for you.
For sure. Okay, so keep shopping. I know you're gonna love this. 841-228 is the item number to get those home. And these are the last in quantity. Hopefully we'll be able to get more in, but I don't know how long that's gonna take. I only know that we have these for you right now, so definitely enjoy those.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to mention, and we're gonna share those with you on the screen in just a moment, because when it comes to KitchenHQ, everything that you bring to us allows us to do those things that we do every day in the kitchen that much easier. And this is the insulated hot and cold bowl. And we do have a Customer Appreciation Month price on this of under $25, and your choice of black, red, or teal. So this keeps your hot food hot and your cold food cold.
Not just that, Tamara. Keeps your hot food hot for 4 hours.
Wow.
It keeps your cold food cold for up to 6 hours. So think about that. You made those meatballs or the pasta or the side dish. The rest of the family's still coming over late, like mine. It will stay hot. You put it in your hot cold bowl. It's gonna stay hot for up to 4 hours. You could take it with you on the go to a potluck or an event or a function. It's gonna stay hot for up to 4 hours. Microwave safe. Also, keeps your cold foods cold for up to 6 hours. I want you to imagine this. As we head into summer, Tamara, a day at the beach, the park, soccer practice.
Yeah.
You've got that fruit salad, the potato salad, the ham and cheese sandwiches. You gotta keep them cold. You don't want to get sick.
And that's how you do it. If you want that insulated bowl, it's 817-800. Now, let's talk about the jar opener.
Yes,
because
love this.
Until you had an automatic jar opener, we've been using the same old kind of way to open a jar, which was our hands. And for some of us, our hands just don't work like they used to. This, for less than $18, opens your jars. You're gonna hear a pop, you're gonna know it's open. You're seeing it in teal, comes in red, black, and gray.
Now this is so cool because how many of us have wrestled with a jar? And what do? You use a knife, you use an elastic band, you ask for help. And this is so cool because all you do is press down on the button and it's going to twist off that lid of the jar. It is so easy, so fast, and it fits any size jar. All you do is press down the button and then let it twist open and you're going to hear a pop. And all you do, the top two hands adhere to the lid, and then the bottom two arms grab onto the jar. Any size jar, big, medium, small, it doesn't matter. Oh, did you hear that?
Yes.
And then it twists off and opens the jar. Big, small, medium, a pickle jar. It doesn't matter. It is so cool. And look, think about how you've wrestled with jars in the past. Have you used a knife? Have you used an elastic band? Have you asked for help?
Yes.
And I love hearing that pop because it really shows that the pressure of the jar opens up. And now look, once it's done its journey, that's all you do.
It's so good.
Right?
That's like, it's that relief feeling. We all have
Totally.
don't we all have our jar technique where you hit the bottom? Some people hit the bottom, some people run it under water. Like I've used the knife. Sometimes nothing works, and you have to go next door to the neighbor to ask them to open the jar. Now you don't have to do that anymore.
And this is about getting your independence back in the kitchen. And you don't have to ask for help. You just take any size jar and let it happen. So it could be a small jar, it could be a medium-sized jar, and the top two hands grasp onto the lid, and then the bottom two hands grab onto the jar. And then, once it gets its leverage, it pops open, and you hear the pop. And it's wonderful also for reopening a jar. Imagine a jam or bouillon, things that get stickier over time. Now we have there you go, you see that pop?
Yes.
It is so fun to do. And watch, it just finishes its journey around the lid. You don't have to wrestle, you don't have to fight. You don't use a knife, you don't use an elastic band, you don't ask for help. And then once it's done its journey, it detaches itself from the lid. It's not just good for the first open. Imagine things that get stickier with time, like jam and bouillon. This is what it's all about.
Yes, it is. And again, we were talking about just like with the whisk, those simple, easy to use items that we've got in the kitchen every day. And it just makes cooking, prepping, all the things even better. If you've never had an issue with opening the jar, but maybe it's the kids, maybe it's, the teenagers who are starting to do their own thing, the peanut butter and jelly, like you said, that jelly jar, it can be a monster. No more. Teal, very popular. We also have gray and red and black. And it's that simple. Think about it. We have can openers.
We have can openers.
Why would we not have a jar opener?
And anyone in any kitchen has a jar. And we've all wrestled with a jar. You see, that's in my home kitchen. Even on my peanut butter jar, mayonnaise jar. If you've got dexterity issues, this is for you. This is a great way to open any size jar because it works the exact same way. The top two arms grab the lid, the bottom two arms grab the body, and then it twists open the jar. Look at this.
Look at that.
Even if there's a label, it rips off the label for you. I'm just pressing a button here. It completes its journey, then you let go, and it opens the jar.
I'll tell you.
It's like magic.
When you look at it, you might think, well, I've been opening jars for years and they're getting tighter and tighter. The thing is, when the jar lid is put on, it's put on by a machine.
Yep.
People aren't standing there closing the jar. They're put on by machines and they can be put on pretty tight. So sometimes it takes a machine to take it off. And that's what you're seeing right here. And it's really that simple.
I love doing that demo because you can see that label even rips off. So any size jar, even weirdly shaped jars, work, whether it's your pickles, your peanut butter, your mayonnaise, etc. And I'm just pressing a button and those two hands are grabbing the lid. The bottom two hands are grabbing the body. And then you let it finish its journey and open up that lid. And when it's done, you hear the pop open of any size jar. And I love doing this and showing that little B-roll clip that I did in my house, because even if it's a small bottle or a big bottle, pickles, a juice, it's really fun to see that any size jar works the exact same way.
Yes, let me show you all the colors again that we've got available for you, and then you can make your choice. We've got them for you in black, we have red, let me pull this to the side, we've got gray, and we have teal. So all of these are available. I know a lot of you are going in for that teal, really beautiful, less than $18. Great for every kitchen, but especially if it's very tough for you to open jars, you've never been able to do it. Many times I'll have to, even today, I'll have to have my husband open jars for me. Sometimes he can't get the jar open because they're just so tight.
I've been there.
So why not just make it easier on everybody and go ahead and do that?
I'm gonna keep opening jars. We do have a B-roll clip of how this works in my home kitchen, and I'd love to pull that up because it shows all the different sizes that you can do. But basically the top two hands grab the lid, the bottom two grab the body, and watch that B-roll because it really shows in my house all those different sizes of jars that work, whether it's a juice or a pickle jar. And look, big, small, medium. You just clip it on top, it grabs the lid, the bottom two hands grab the jar, and off you go.
And some of the jars that you see, some of the lids are smooth.
Yeah.
Some have a little bit of texture, like that bouillon that we were just showing you have a texture on the lid. Some of them have a little bit of a different shape, but that's what's great about these arms that just kind of latch on to the jar lid, and then they are able to open those on their own. So
even those little
the small
sauce bottles,
Even the sauce, I didn't even think about those.
Or juice, like those glass juice containers.
Yes.
And they all work the exact same way in the sense that they grab the top two lids, then the bottom two grab the body.
And
did you hear that?
I love the pop.
The pop is the fun part.
I know.
That's when you know it.
I know,
And
that's
it's
the
just
relief.
fun, and that's the relief. You don't have to ask for help. You don't use a knife. You don't use an elastic band. You don't tap the lid. And look, when it's done its journey, even on the oddly shaped jars, they work the same way. They grab it.
Right. And that's it.
And that's it.
I'll tell you this, if you're looking at this and you're saying, well, I've never had a problem opening jars, but maybe you do have a loved one that does. This would be a really great something to send to them. What I like is that they just put it on top. It doesn't have to be a small or a certain size. It can be any size jar. And you put it on, you press the button, and you let the machine do the work of opening, just like a machine closed the lid initially when it was first produced. Because think about it, if you ever put something into a jar, that something is hot, you put that lid on, that lid is not opening very easily. So let your KitchenHQ do the job for you, all right? Teal, a lot of you are loving. We've got it in gray, we have black, and we also have red. Which one are you getting? Speaking of that, our today's special, which is how we started off last hour, or this past hour, has been very popular. We will have another full presentation coming up at the end of the 11 o'clock show. And it's a 2-pack of the ice cream makers. And this is the time. It is April 1st, believe it or not. And it's ice cream season. We're moving into ice cream season. So this is gonna be the time for you to go ahead and pick those up. Less than $35 will give you the full details. Even if you've never made ice cream a day in your life, 4 ingredients that you probably already have in your kitchen, and you can make ice cream. It's very simple. Takes 20 minutes from start to finish to make ice cream.
So
with that
fun.
Today's special, definitely. We also have, that we're gonna feature for you, the KitchenHQ diamond-infused ceramic 8-inch cast iron skillets. And those, if you like to cook in cast iron, but you're saying, I still need my non-stick, I still need something that's gonna be simple and easy to not only use, but also to clean, you're looking at it at a Customer Appreciation Month price of less than $27. And we've got black, red, and teal. Those are your options, and we'll show you how those work when we get to that presentation. But we're gonna start off, as we were talking with Chef Shahir Masood. You make
my
cooking
baby.
look easy.
I appreciate it.
And now you've put it all together for us in this Eat Habibi Eat.
Eat, Habibi, eat. This is my love letter to you, the home cook. These are my modern interpretations of the Egyptian dishes that I grew up with, packed with flavors, colors, spices. And yes, I signed every single copy for you.
Oh, wow.
Now look, every single recipe has a picture. That to me is important with a great cookbook. But here's what's more important. It's not just about amazing recipes. For me, I wrote the book, look at that stunning salad. I wrote the book intentionally with tips, tricks, new ideas, new techniques. You're not just gonna get over 100 recipes. You're gonna get out of your comfort zone. You're gonna try new spices, new techniques, new dishes. And here's the thing I keep hearing from home cooks everywhere. Tell me if this resonates with you. A lot of home cooks make the same 5 dishes over and over again. And they go to the grocery store and swear, I wanna try something new.